Today, I'd like to talk to you about the importance of a budget when tackling debt. Very few people completely avoid debt throughout their lifetime, nor should everybody. Debt often allows people to reach goals that may not be possible otherwise. When used properly, it can be an effective purchasing tool that can help you hedge against inflation by permitting you to purchase now at a lower cost than the future. An example of this would be the purchase of a home or other capital investments. But debt must be managed carefully. You must avoid excessive debt and make sure that you take advantage of the lowest cost sources of credit. The first step in controlling debt is to analyze the amount of debt your financial situation can comfortably handle. It is important to ask yourself, do I have adequate cash on hand to meet emergencies? Do I have the ability to meet my debt obligations? Am I saving as much as I think I am or should? Budgeting is an important and powerful tool used to answer these questions and to manage debt. The failure to use financial discipline can be very costly and potentially painful. For many of us, budgets can be a daunting, challenging, and scary thing. When we write a budget, we are forced to look at what we're spending and how we are spending it. While it can be scary to see where our money is actually going, knowledge is the beginning of wisdom. Having a budget allows you to plan your spending, track your spending, and achieve your financial goals. More importantly, budgets stop us from spending recklessly and let our finances come in line with our values. When you want to know what you value, the easiest thing to do is look at your checkbook register. The place we put our money or don't put our money speaks volumes about us. So a budget allows you to speak well of yourself. The first step in having a budget is looking directly at your financial picture. Take some time and lay out all of your spending for a month. Compile your bills, your receipts, your credit card statements, and your electronic debits. Once you can see where you are spending, you have made the first step toward developing a budget. Having an accounting of your spending will allow you to see where the money is going. Oftentimes, we do not know where our money is going. You may be surprised to see how much you are spending on eating out. You may be appalled to know how much you're spending on gas and even on clothing. You may be amazed to see how little you are giving in charity. In any case, tracking your spending gives you knowledge. Once you see what you're spending, the next step is to analyze where it's going. Does your spending line up with your values? Are your habits speaking well of you? Does your spending allow you to achieve your long-term goals? Many times, in not knowing where our money is going, we don't realize that we are sending a financial message that is the opposite of our values. A budget lets you line up who you are with what you spend. The next step in budgeting is looking at your income. Take a good look at what you have coming in. It is probably more than you think. When looking at your income, it is important to take out time to thank the Lord for what you do have coming in or is available to you. This should help motivate you to become a better steward of your resources. We need to make wise decisions concerning the blessings we have been entrusted to. Once you have thanked the Lord for your income, it is time to plan your income. Every dollar that you have coming in should have a destination. That destination should not be random, but planned so that there is as little waste as possible. When you have a destination for every dollar, you know when one is missing, but you also know when there is extra. By planning before you spend, we often see that there's more to go around than we know. We just did not realize how much there was. Step 3 in budgeting is aligning your income and your expenses. Having analyzed what is going out and what is coming in, it is time to marry one to the other. A true budget is a wedding of income and spending. When you wed your spending and your income, you have to set priorities. Your priorities are always up to you, but a good starting point is listing your expenses by needs and then by wants. As you begin to assign dollars to the needs at the top of the budget, it begins to clarify the wants at the bottom of the budgets. Don't be discouraged if the needs seem to take up all the money and there's little left for the wants. The needs that you have will always be there, but a budget allows you to start to plan for the wants in your life. It is this planning that leads us away from the reckless spending and begins to lead us toward value-based spending. When you have your wants and your needs together and assign dollars to each, now you have decisions to make. The first decision is what I need now. Simply stated, a budget allows you to see a picture so that you can make a good decision. Once you have a picture, you can now decide how to shade the picture. Perhaps there are needs that you're paying too much for. Changes here will allow you to shift more to your wants. Possibly your wants are costing too much. So then you may see that it's time to shift more towards your needs. In any case, a budget lets you see the picture clearly. A budget is a wonderful tool for debt reduction. Once you see the picture of your finances laid bare in front of you, the question arises, how much of my spending goes to debt? A budget allows you to see what your liabilities are and to make decisions about those liabilities. Perhaps now is the time to cut back on some wants and direct those funds towards reducing debt. While in the short term, these changes will take away some wants, however, in the long term, it will allow more flexibility in planning for your wants. If you shift want spending to debt reduction, you can pay off your debt at a faster rate and not have to increase your income at all. What a budget does is give you a plan. By reallocating and attacking debt in the long term, you can get access to more capital so that you can provide for your wants and your needs. Budgeting and debt management in a family setting should be a partnership. The process will be more likely to be a success when you work as a team. Involve other family members or group members in the process. Don't wait till you're well behind in your payments to contact your lenders to discuss loan restructuring or payment arrangements. Many times they will work with you. If you begin to become frustrated or need assistance, don't hesitate to seek counsel from other resources. The following resources are also available to you: books on budgeting and debt management, credit counseling services, and also personal financial planners. The old saying is those who fail to plan, plan to fail. So take some time to plan out a budget. Knowing your expenses, income, and values will allow you to make a plan that you can live with, live up to, and give you the freedom to enjoy the life you have. Jeremiah, the 29th chapter and 11th verse says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future."